The MLB Division Series is starting up tomorrow on Tuesday, so today we are going to be giving a preview to every game. Let's get right into it. Here on the Century Baseball Podcast on the Century 17 YouTube channel and on Spotify, Century Baseball Podcast. You can go follow or subscribe wherever you are. Follow me on Twitter at Century17YT. And we're pretty much going to be getting right into this. So we have 4 series coming up for the divisional round. The Phillies, they took down the Cardinals, so they're going to be playing the Braves. Guardians took down the Rays. They'll be playing the Yankees. Mariners took down the Jays. They'll be playing the Astros. And the Padres stunned the Mets. They'll be taking on the Dodgers in the division series. First series we'll go into, Braves, Phillies. We will be right here live on this channel tomorrow at 1 o'clock for that game. So make sure that you come and stay tuned for that one. 1 o'clock, be there, Eastern time. Phillies, Braves. Phillies are going to be going with Ranger Suarez on the bump, Max Fried on the hill for the Braves. Phillies have a really interesting decision to make because they can either throw Suarez here and then go to Syndergaard Gibson on the second game, or they can go right back to Wheeler on 4 days rest, which is a little bit shorter, but will they do it? Because that gives Nola a full 5 days rest where he can shove at home with the off day on the travel day. So they have some options there. As far as the lineup goes, I said this yesterday a couple of different times. I think that they should be trying to move Hoskins out of the 2 slot, try to put him into the 5, somewhere where he can get more RBIs. He's been struggling a little bit during his postseason, so they need to put him somewhere where he's going to thrive a little bit more. As for the bullpen, Alvarado hasn't looked the greatest. Robertson, Dominguez, Eflin, they've all looked great. Those are going to be their 4 guys they're really going to be relying on. And if they come and bring anybody else in that I could think of, the only person I could think they'll bring in might be Andrew Bellotti. It's the only other guy that I think they might try to rely on or try to go to. You could see a Bailey Falter appearance coming up tomorrow if Ranger Suarez struggles early on. Either a Gibson or a Syndergaard or even a Bailey Falter might try and piggyback Suarez because Falter's the lefty. Obviously, Syndergaard, Gibson, they're going to be your righties if you want to play those matchups. The Braves, they're going to go Fried, Wright, and then Morton. I believe Strider, we don't know yet if he's going to be playing or not. So those are their 3 pitchers. Obviously, their lineup is loaded. They have a ton that they can work with. And they're probably going to rotate the DH because Contreras d'Arnaud probably going to flip. Catching, that is. So they've got options. And it's going to be a very interesting series. I think that it's going to be close every single game. But I feel like it'd be stupid to say that the Braves won't come away with this one. I'm going to go with 5, though. I am going to go with a 5-game set. I think the Braves are definitely the better team here. I think their starting pitching is a little bit better. Bullpen is a little bit better. And the lineup, it could be argued. Lineups are pretty similar. Not similar, but similar as far as overall explosiveness and ability. So that's what I'm going to go with there. I think the Braves are the better team. I think they're going to be coming away with this series. Moving on to the next one, where we have the Guardians, who beat the Rays in 2 games, taking on the Yankees. Now, I don't like this matchup at all for the Yankees, at all whatsoever here. Yankees' strength in their pitching is they are huge strikeout pitchers. Garrett Cole, Nestor Cortez, Jameson Taillon, although Taillon can use that sinker to try to get the ball on the ground. Even their bullpen, those guys, they are huge strikeout guys. And so the problem is Guardians don't strike out. That's just the bottom line. The Guardians do not strike out. Tough matchup for them. Guardians and Yankees. Surprisingly, the Yankees actually play good defense. The metrics like them. Guardians, obviously, they play phenomenal defense. Guardians run the bases better. Yankees have way more pop. Guardians obviously are not going to hit as many home runs, but Guardians are going to put the ball in play a lot more than the Yankees are going to. It's a very, very intriguing series to me because these are 2 teams that are quite polar opposites, if you ask me. Because even the pitching, outside of McKenzie, all pitching on the Guardians really relies on the ground ball and relies on that great defense to make up for them. Bieber, not really a strikeout pitcher. He's more of a ground ball guy. That's why his FIP is a little bit higher. I really don't know who I want to go with in this one because I don't see any changes the Guardians need to make their lineup. I think that it is perfect how it is. Andres Jimenez did really struggle in the Rays series, I will say. Jose Ramirez, he looked good, though. It's going to be a very, very tough fought series, but I want to say the Guardians. I really, really do. I feel like people are going to yell at me. I'm going to go Guardians in 5. Guardians in 5. Because they're going to go, more than likely, they're going to go Quantrill game 1. That's what I'm assuming. Then they have an option because they have Zach Plesac, who is a good starter. They're a good 4 starter. But they could go right back to Bieber McKenzie if they want to. McKenzie gets the 5 days, and then Bieber's going to be on the 4 days. So take a gamble. You do what you want. It depends on what you want to do here. If you give Plesac the day, if you give him the ball, he gives you a good chance to win. It's a win-win situation because then you give a 5 days rest to the first starter. You give 6 days rest to your 2 starters. So you really have some options here as to what you want to do. If you're the Guardians, Yankees, they're going to go Cole, Cortez, probably Taillon, if not Montas, one of the 2. So they have options there as well. Bullpen is always great. Chapman, though, not going to be there. Hasn't really helped them all year. It doesn't really matter. But I really like this series. I'm very intrigued by it. Moving on to the Mariners-Astros series. Another really interesting series here because the Mariners, they showed why they paid Luis Castillo, or he showed why he got paid. Went out there, he shoved, went into the 8th inning. Perfect. Robbie Ray struggled. That's for sure. And it's again where all these playoff teams that are in it, they all have great 1-2 punches, if not 1-2-3 punches in their pitching rotation. Honestly, the Phillies might have the weakest starting rotation left in the playoffs right now, or at least the biggest drop-off from the 1-2 to the 3, because it might not be the worst. It depends on how you look at it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Mariners have a really good pitcher in Logan Gilbert, who they're more than likely going to start in game 1. And so, again, they have this option where they have a guy in Chris Flexen who's been good for them this year, sub-4 ERA, 3.5, somewhere around there. You can play him, then you give the 5 and 6 days rest to your guys, and then you can start them again. See if Robbie Ray gets a bounce-back start. That bullpen is always going to be great, led by Paul Sewald. They've been really good, although Sewald did struggle in his game the other day. The Mariners' offense has been really good. Cal Raleigh is on some kind of tear right now. Eugenio Suarez, it's the same exact thing. Julio, mediocre so far this postseason. He has a couple hits, so I'm not going to take anything away from him. Clutch hitting by this team. Santana, Crawford, really big hits in that game 2 clinching game the other day. It's just another one where the Mariners have options. As for the Astros, they're going to throw Verlander game 1. They're going to throw Framber game 2. And then they've got another, and they can choose because they have a guy in Urquidy who's been good. They got a guy in McCullers who looked pretty decent in his start against the Phillies last week. And then they have Garcia, who they also could throw if they really, really want to. So they got 5 guys they could throw. 3 of those who they can really pick from to go game 3. But that Verlander-Framber 1-2 punch is going to be very difficult for the Mariners to overcome. That's why I have the Astros here. I think that fact alone, I think the Astros can easily go up 2-0, 2 games to none, just on Verlander Framber, because they've been so good this year. It's going to be very, very tough for the Mariners to overcome that. I got the Astros. I'm going to go Astros in 4, personally. The last series I want to talk about here, and it's the last series that we have, Padres Dodgers, late start, 9:37. The Padres, they're coming off of clinching the only series that went to 3 games. It was against the Mets, and Joe Musgrove absolutely shoves in game 3. Game 1, Yu Darvish, he shoves. Blake Snell looked shaky. Now, they're a team that doesn't really have a great 5th starter, so that's the only thing that I have to say about them. So it depends on what you want to do with them, because what they can do is throw Clevenger game 1. Game 2, they can go right back to Darvish. Then they can go... They actually have an option there. Now, that's the really interesting thing. Because you're going to be going with the extra off day, you can go ahead and you can hand the ball to Musgrove. If they're somehow up 2 games to none, and they just want to get it over with, they have an option where they can hand the ball to Musgrove because he's going to have a 5 days rest. or 4 days rest, excuse me. And you're already pitching Darvish with 4 days rest, so why can't you pitch Musgrove? His pitch count was not high the other day. He went 8 brilliant innings, or 7 brilliant innings. So they also have options. They could go Musgrove instead of Snell. Face Snell on a day where there's going to be more lefties in the lineup for the Dodgers. Really interesting series. I think the Dodgers get it in 5. Because they're going to throw Urias. They're going to throw Kershaw. Heaney's going to be in there at some point. Gonsolin, I don't know if he's healthy. I'm not really sure if Gonsolin's healthy or not. Dustin May, if he's healthy, he's going to shove. Another team has a lot of options. Bullpen's nasty. Offense nasty. I think the Dodgers get in 5. Tough fought series, but Dodgers in 5 just seems right. Thank you guys for listening to this episode or watching it on the YouTube channel, Century Baseball Podcast. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Have a blessed one. Join us tomorrow, 1 p.m. for the Phillies and the Braves. Peace out.